I have an act. It's called the McSCUSE Me Act, which would disallow those SNAP benefits being used at fast food restaurants. Again, we want to make sure that those hungry families, those food insecure families actually are receiving benefits, but we want them to really use those dollars on nutrient-rich foods. And you're not going to find those at fast food restaurants.
That was Senator Joni Ernst of "We're All Gonna Die Anyway" fame, wanting to limit where food stamp recipients can purchase meals. The measure's name seems to come from a catchphrase uttered by a woman in a viral video who complained that a McDonald's employee mocked her weight when she asked about a $1 deal on a McRib sandwich. And here's what she wants in that bill: focusing vendor eligibility to grocery stores and retailers offering healthy prepared food options while excluding fast food and quick service chains, continuing to allow homeless and elderly and disabled participation, but removes automatic spousal eligibility, and requiring an annual report to show the number of participating vendors, number of participating beneficiaries, and total program costs. A lot of people pointed out that not only are healthier foods much more expensive, but you can't even use SNAP at restaurants. Here from Twitter, you literally can't do this. If you receive EBT cash, you may be able to redeem the EBT cash benefit depending on the state in which you live, but you cannot use SNAP funds for hot food, Costco rotisserie chicken included. But Republicans aren't done attacking poor people for relying on SNAP. The Agriculture Department said that it would withhold federal funding for food stamps in more than 20 Democratic-led states that so far have refused to provide the Trump administration with sensitive personal data about recipients. In May, the administration asked states for information about millions of people who participate in the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. 28 largely Republican-controlled states have complied, the agency has said, but a coalition of Democratic-controlled states and the District of Columbia refused, arguing in court that the federal government's demand violated privacy law. As of next week, we have begun and we will begin to stop moving federal funds into those states until they comply and tell us and allow us to partner with them to root out this fraud and to protect the American taxpayer, Brooke L. Rollins, the Agriculture Secretary, said during a cabinet meeting on Tuesday. While the federal government funds benefits for some 42 million people enrolled in the program, states administer SNAP. The Agriculture Department's request for beneficiary data included sensitive personal information such as social security numbers, birth dates, and home addresses. I'm sure they have the best intentions for this going forward. Now, the Trump administration contends that the information will be used to root out waste, fraud, and abuse, a story we have heard before. Should the agency withhold funding from states that have not yet handed over data, more than 20 million beneficiaries could be affected. Now, Brett, there's a couple things here. There's Joni Ernst's bill and the limits on where you can use SNAP funds, and also this idea of withholding funds for blue states. What do you make of this?
How un-American of Joni Ernst to prevent poor people from acting like the president, who gorges himself on McDonald's all the day long. Who's to say they aren't buying that food with, EBT, not SNAP, so that they could emulate a great American if not the greatest American president. And Joni Ernst is standing in their way saying, no, 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 no. You should be Russian and go to get at a food pantry in a bread line, I think is her argument. This is the biggest government I've ever seen. They want to have their hands in everything. Stuff that the states do, no. I thought they were the people of states' rights when it comes to anything else. But in this scenario, it's like, state, step aside. I want to get in there and get the data of all the consumers, which is something that when the big tech companies do it, they get scared of, and rightly so. And when the government, which is like big tech companies with laser beams and nuclear bombs, suddenly this is okay because Trump's nice and I like him. That's just not it. That's just not it, man. And like they've proven that their stated intention of getting rid of waste, fraud, and abuse is something they're bad at, which they're doing this on like the day of the funeral of Doge, essentially, where they said they were going to be able to do it and it didn't happen. And not just because of incompetence, but also because Trump and the daddy of Doge fought. They didn't get along. It has nothing to do with the American people. And finally, this is a very important dynamic. We're all familiar with it. Joni Ernst is literally like making up fake boogeymen. This thing that she says is the problem that like literally doesn't exist. Like you can't use SNAP benefits at restaurants. And it also paints these folks as like the poor just have it too good where they can go get Big Macs and suddenly you guys care about nutrition. Blow me, literally blow me. Like right. That, what nutrition? That's insanity to say. Good. What are you, Mrs. Doubtfire? They'll only have good nutritious foods with me. These poor people who are also trying to kill us at every turn. Psychopaths.
Yeah. I mean, the idea that they care about nutrition is ludicrous. The lobby, the sugar, the corn lobbies have pressured the USDA to limit the benefits to prevent the purchase of hot prepared foods, healthier foods, like at a grocery store's hot counter. Instead, they can buy junk food at a gas station, but you can't buy rotisserie chicken, prepared vegetables, anything like that. It's not about nutrition. It's about pumping money back into the processed food industry. That's all it is.